Oh, you're there! You were in the room the whole time. Hi, my name's Gabi, also known as Mrs Pigeon, and today I'm introducing you to my kitten, Yoshi, who is in a playful mood. So I don't know you, and I don't know what you do with your life. So if you haven't watched my video about Hugsy, my other kitten, you should go do that. Anyway, let's talk about Yoshi. I've actually bullet pointed this video, by the way, so it's a bit better with its format, unlike Hugsy's. But still watch it, it's good. So way back when, 20th of June to be exact, my mum showed me a picture of Yoshi and her other siblings in her litter when they were 2 days old. And my mum was like, we're gonna put a deposit down for one of the kittens, which they ended up getting called Leviosa. Yoshi was the one with the darkest markings, and that's the one I actually wanted anyway. The first time I actually saw Yoshi, I went with my mum and sister so they could see Leviosa. We saw her on the 1st of July, which is a very cute start to the month. She was about 2 weeks old, so she was very small. She was actually the only one of her litter who hadn't fully opened her eyes yet. She had one eye open and the other one like, which you'll see. I'm going to put a bit of a warning now. I'm going to talk about an injury that Yoshi had that she sustained while she was at the lady's house. So if you don't want to see that, you don't want to hear it, I don't like hearing about it, skip to this time. It's also in the description. At some point in the lady's care, Yoshi had her tail injured. Where the injury actually was on her tail, from that to the tip nearly came off. The lady doesn't know how it happened because she got hurt when she wasn't in the room, but she thinks one of the other cats, the adult cats, knocked something down and it landed on Yoshi's tail. The reason I'm saying lady, like in this video on Hugsy's, is just like for privacy reasons. So the lady actually did try her best to get Yoshi into a vet. She paid for it herself. She didn't ask for me or Jack to pay for it. I mean, it happened in her care, but you know, some people might have asked for that. It was good to know that while she was healing, she was in a compassionate person's care, because yeah, she was far too young at that point for us to have her. I think she was under a month old. My mum rang me to tell me and I was so upset. Anyone who has pets for the right reasons and actually loves them would be upset by that. All I wanted was to have her. I wanted to have her at that point. I wanted to be there to make sure she's okay, to look after her. And for that reason, we agreed that we were going to pick her up earlier. So the lady explained to us that the vets had told her that there is a chance Yoshi's tail might have to be amputated at that point where the injury was sometime in the future if she has any problems with her tail. Myself, Jack and my mum went to see the litter again, I think about a month after they were born, so it was around the 18th of July. Jack got to have a hold and meet her as well, and she was really meowing at us. She wasn't exactly old enough to be running around or anything because, like I said, she was a month old and she was injured, so there wasn't much oomph to her yet, but she was still so sweet and still so tiny. We actually picked her up on the 4th of August, I believe, and at that point we were already in the house, but we were living kind of Airbnb style because the bottom half of the house was like untouched by us and the cats because we were working on and refurbishing it. So we converted the office into a very kitten-proofed room for Yoshi, while Hugsy and Purdy stayed up here in the spare room and the bedroom. But you're not sure. Ah. So Yoshi and Hugsy and their relationship, they're criminals. The police are after them. Their relationship is actually really good. I think it's quite expected because they're around the same age. Well, I say they're around the same age. Hugsy, I think, is 10 weeks older than Yoshi, but they were both kittens. So they were able to play with each other all the time. Purdy doesn't really like to play with other cats. She's more of a toy player, or she has a laser pointer. But when she plays with toys, she's really, really vicious with them. Full on uses her teeth, full on uses her claws. So I'm kind of glad she doesn't play with the cats. Yoshi and Hugsy, it took them a while, I think, to not be spiteful with each other, but they are kittens and they are learning, so it is just something that they go through. They also lay together, which is quite sweet. They tend to squeeze into the tightest spots together, which is, I don't get why cats do that. You get them a nice big thing to lay on and they just want to curl up in a shoe. They've learnt very recently to hiss at each other. I think they're setting those boundaries. Most of the time it's Hugsy that initiates play and it's Yoshi that tries to put a stop to it. Hugsy is the naughtiest, so that's probably why. Yoshi with Purdy is different. Purdy's quite an anxious cat, I think I've mentioned that before, and obviously she had to endure moving and then dealing with Hugsy and then Yoshi. So we were always very patient with Purdy and we were always very rewarding of Purdy if she didn't seem too scared or if she didn't seem too aggressive, but we didn't tell her off too much if she was aggressive because we'd understand that she would be a bit scared. In Hugsy's video, I'm sorry I keep referencing it, Hugsy wouldn't leave Purdy alone. Even now, she tries to wind Purdy up a bit. I think she's trying to play with her, but like, read the room, Hugs. You know, she doesn't want to play. If she does, she'll kill you like she does her toys. Yoshi's very good. Most of the time, they're fine. And actually, they both sleep on the cat tree a lot together. Not together, but they both share it. Purdy will be in the little box of the cat tree and Yoshi will be on the top pedestal because she obviously sees herself above everyone else, including us, which is fair. I think Purdy just sees them as annoying little kids. All in all, the three of them get on really well and they all get on with us very, very well. Moving on to her quirks and personality traits. The first one I want to mention is very cute, but I feel like will be quite short-lived, and it is Yoshi's love for the rug in our office. For some reason, and this is very weird, and I don't know if it's because she sees me as her mum or not, but if I'm working in the office, Yoshi will come in and she will crawl across my feet and she will sort of half lay on them, half knead on them while suckling on the rug. And I think she thinks she's suckling on me because she sees me as her mum. She only does it to me. She doesn't do it to Jack, even though he's right next to me on the same rug. And she won't do it anywhere else on the rug. And she won't do it if I'm not there. It's very weird. She just does it when I'm there and I don't know why. And I spoke to the vets about it. I thought maybe it was a thing where we took her too early, because we did take her 2 weeks early. And the vet said it was more of a comfort and affection thing than anything, and it's nothing to be concerned about. But I am concerned because I keep putting my feet in her dribble. I imagine if I sniffed the rug, if I went down and sniffed it, it would smell of fishy cat breath. So we're actually chucking the rug because it's really hard to clean, much to Yoshi's disappointment. We've actually been trying to wean her off it so that she doesn't walk in the office one day like, where's my suckle rug? She also sometimes does suckle motions with her mouth in her sleep. So she'll just be slightly moving her mouth like that. The times that I've caught her doing it, when I wake her up, she still does it while she's awake. So she just sort of looks around like, what? But she's still doing the suckling thing. I would also say probably around once a day at least, she bleps. I don't even film it or take pictures anymore because she does it all the time. I think she has a bit of Diego's spirit in her. We lost Diego just over a year ago now. He was very dopey and he always had his tongue out. She sort of looks like him as well, like his side profile, the big ears, the long body. She is very clumsy and very dopey as well. She just falls off stuff. Another thing she does is sort of what I mentioned earlier about her being so playful and playing with us is she does this thing if I play with her with my hands, where if I sort of roll my sleeve up and do that, she just jumps with both her front paws and grabs my arms. She just goes bam. If she can get under our quilt or under a blanket to catch our feet, she will. If you have your toes slightly hanging over the bed, that's it. She's obsessed with going under the covers. She'll sort of go down my side of the bed, go under the covers, around both of our bodies and out again at Jack's pillow. It was really weird. She also barely makes noise. She's only just started meowing. I tried to get a few clips of her meowing when I was feeding them because that's the only time she meows. And every time Yoshi meowed, Hugsy meowed on top, so you can hear this little cute little whistle and then Hugsy screaming.
What?
I just thought that was funny. But yeah, she's actually a very quiet cat. Sometimes she does a little tiny high-pitched chirp, but most of the time it is a little squeak when I'm feeding them. Another thing about Yoshi, probably her most obvious trait, is that she is so greedy. Unnecessarily greedy, because they all eat a lot. If we dare to have any food out on display, she'll be there putting her head in straight away. She is like a dog with her greed. There doesn't seem to be a limit of the food she wants to eat. I had a Marmite cracker today and I put it on my makeup table while I was putting my face on. I'm looking through my makeup bag, look up, she's licking it. Again, this is why she's like a dog. If she has food she's not allowed, she'll growl. And she'll growl like a dog. She also runs off with it, so she'll growl and then run and then go under the couch so we can't get it off her. She's also growing to be more affectionate to us, which is good. She likes to walk in between our legs when we're standing and kiss them both. So the other thing about Yoshi is that she really, really loves Jack. Whereas Hugsy's really clingy with me. Jack can hold her like a baby, she'll snuggle up to him, she's always been close to him, and I think that's really adorable. She also always has to accompany me when I have a bath. She always sits on the edge and dips her tail in or tries to attack my feet, and she's fallen in a couple of times. And the other thing is that she farts all the time and they stink. And so we call her Stinky Farty or Stinky Fatty. She's doing very well. They're all doing very well. I'm very lucky. I'm very happy. My cat family. That wasn't me crying. I've got something in my throat. You'd swallow water wrong and then it tickles your throat. I've had that all video. So good time to end. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video fulfilled your desire for cuteness. You're welcome. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you can give the video a like. If you like, share it to your buddies and go ahead. If you'd like to see the rest, you can subscribe to the Pigeon's Nest. Let me know what you want to see next because I always run out of ideas. Don't forget to whack the bell button so that you know I'm there, so that I know you're there. And also, if you come across an art challenge at the moment that you'd like to see me do, please let me know because I've already got an art video in process. But I really fancy doing a new art challenge and I always end up doing old ones. If you see one and you're like, I want to ask Gabi, also known as Mrs Pigeon, to do that, then do it. Bye!